if we even look at the kind of hierarchy in the West overall, unless the Mavericks in this division fall out, which the Mavericks to me are, I'm going to call them my teeter-totter team, where
I think they're falling out.
Well, and that's the thing with the additions that they made, bringing in the two Warrior Bros in Bogut and Barnes. Are we going to see them be better? Are they going to be worse? Kind of sit there on the teeter-totter, go back and forth on that magical 8 seed line. The Rockets, they just have to decide, hey, are we going to go ahead and make a jump forward, or are we going to be in that dogfight for that 8 seed? Because if we look at other divisions, we've got guys like the team I look at, the Jazz, they're coming. They're looking for that 8 spot. They're looking for the playoffs. Look at the T-Wolves. They're coming too.
Nuggets aren't bad as well.
There's a lot of teams on the outside licking their chops because they're like, our team's turned around. We're in the right direction. We got the right guys coming up. But I don't think it's their time yet. I honestly think Dallas is going to be on the outside looking in this year.
I agree.
I think this is going to be the first time that Dirk is going to be a little disappointed in the fact that their playoff hopes are probably very slim.
After this season, I know this is kind of a jump to the end of the season. After the season, do we start looking at Dirk going, hey, when's he going to hang it up?
I think we're still looking at Dirk that way. I think we've been looking at Dirk that way for the past couple of years.
But more so, like, is it going to get ramped up when they don't make the playoffs this year?
If Kobe Lakers bad, then I could see him trying. But look, Dirk's got a great spot on an organization he's been with his entire career in the NBA,
and his knees aren't blown out.
His knees
Kobe.
are still good, and he's got an owner who cares about him.
Knees.
He's got one of the best owners in the NBA.
One of those popular owners. Yeah. I don't know about best, but popular.
I love him. I think he's one of the best. I would love him.
He's a great thinker.
He's a great businessman. Yeah,
solid businessman. No doubt in that. But it's just you always wonder how come he could never bring in that next star to fill in with Dirk.
But he didn't need to. They won the championship without him.
Well, he did. He just that same superstar went and didn't return his tax.
Got locked in a house.
Blake Griffin. Yeah,
we'll talk about it later.
But no, look, like you mentioned, Ricky Bogut, one of the best rim protectors. We saw the effect of him not being on that Warriors team during the playoffs and how much they missed him. So it's a great addition. Barnes, when playing normally, is a solid contributor. And he could bump his stats up this year by being definitely higher up on that depth chart because, Jesus Christ, his shot selection. Whew. But no, I just see this team as this is the falling off point for Dirk, unfortunately.
I think that looking at just the conference in a whole, if you look at it, I think around 7 teams are kind of locked in, and it's their place to lose. I think Dallas isn't one of those teams. I think Dallas is going to fight for their spot, especially with Utah and Minnesota fight coming up, like we said. I think if I have to throw another team in there, I think it's probably the Rockets. I think those two teams are going to fight for that position, like you kind of brought up.
Can I guess your 7 locks?
Yeah.
So you've got.
I kind of said it.
Well, you gave the 3 from this division, right? That's the 3.
I wonder if Golden State and Oklahoma City are also locked.
It's basically Warriors, Clippers, Thunder, Blazers, and then Spurs, Grizzlies, Rockets. Are those the 7 you're saying are locked in?
Yeah. And Dallas is the one that's kind of on the edge there. And if any team else in that 7's going to fall, it's probably the Rockets.
And that's the whole...
Just because they won't be able to play defense.
You don't think Papa John's is going to carry Sacramento to the playoffs?
Baby.
Get the fuck out of here, Dave.
Papa Giannis.
Get the fuck out of here.
13th overall. But that's kind of the thing that I know we've been saying for what seems like forever, that this upcoming year is going to be...
season, boys.
Well, it's going to be that 8th seed. Maybe that 7.
I think 7 and 8 are in the air.
More so the 8, you're going to have... kind of like a dogfight with some of these teams that were around. I'm even going to throw the T-Bulls in there, even though they were 29-53 last year.
We all believe in the hype.
I do. And Coach Thibodeau is going to turn that team around.
Towns is a 99 at 2K17.
Dude, Cat's going to play 42 minutes.
They're the 5th team overall at 2K17.
He's either going to be really good or Thibodeau's going to break his knees.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, but I mean, with this division, this could be the one. They had 4 playoff teams last year. They could have the same. It's all, to me, that teeter-totter team in the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks, it's kind of... Rick Carlisle is going to rally the troops and they'll be okay, or it's going to be with they're just going to fall off. And I think those be too old, and Dirk finally might get hurt. And I don't hope for that, but, he's got to fall off at some point.
The Rockets, though, to me, too, I'm not super...
I'm not confident in him, but I'm confident that James Harden is good enough.
So what's the question mark for the Rockets, Ricky?
Can they play defense?
They don't need to.
Can Eric Gordon stay healthy?
The thing that I think with the Rockets is...
You think James Harden can get them all there by himself?
James Harden wants to average 35 points a night.
But do you think that will actually get that?
That's
Kobe averaged 33 in that like 2006, 2007 range, didn't win an MVP, and couldn't get his team to like 30 wins.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't recall that year, but it's possible.
I just look at the Rockets and I think James Harden just wants, like you said, Dave, he wants to be the best guy out there. And cool, that's fine for you. That might be enough to get your team to the playoffs, but
it was last
this
year.
Rocket team, I think, is never going... James Harden is never going to be the guy to lead them all the way by himself, being the guy that he is right now.
But they picked up Ryan Anderson and Eric Gordon, and I think the fact that they can play with a lineup of Pat Beverly, Harden, Reza, Beasley, and Ryan Anderson, and that way you've got the floor stretched out extremely well.
I think Beasley would come off the bench and you throw Capella at the 5 and Anderson at the 4.
I think if they're going pure offense, and let's be honest, D'Antoni.
But honestly, you also don't need Beverly there. Beverly can be coming off the bench. I think if you're going offense, then James Harden's already a point guard.
That's fine. I don't have anything really against that. I just saw Clint Capella as the most expendable one in that lineup.
Yeah, totally.
And that would provide you with a shit ton of offensive options.
Here, I got a question for you. And the only reason I got this question is I'm looking at the depth chart, and I've never seen this guy's first name. That's why it threw me off. Nene. He's sitting there right behind Clint Capella on their depth chart.
He's old, though.
Yeah, but with me, like, wouldn't you flip that?
No.
Wouldn't you flip? Like, Capella, to me, it's all about
this is a
what are
team
you
that's
going to
run,
develop into?
Yeah, but
like he still needs to develop, even though he was kind of a draft and stash, and this is the first time he's going to be thrown out there to be the starter.
He was there last year.
No, to be the starter.
Yeah, but I think more with that is they're going to run with James Harden. They're going to run with Ariza. They're going to try to be a fast, up-paced tempo team. And the last thing that you want in that up-paced, fast-paced team is Nene.
Yeah. He's a liability.
Yeah, so I would say the Rockets, if they could put all the pieces together, they're locked in. Mm-hmm. But and I'm not too worried that they won't be able to put those pieces together because James Harden is just that damn good. So I think with Dallas,
sorry,
it's respecting him.
Yeah, the number one shooting guard overall.
He'll get
James
there.
Harden.
He'll get there.
Number 2.
Got to win a ring.
Number 2.
Anyways. I think
so. There's that other team in this division that we haven't touched at all.
The team that's going to be
Dave.
the true dark horse and is going to prove us all wrong.
New Orleans Pelicans. Or the
Narlands Anthony Davises. The Narlands Unibrows.
He kind of looks like a Pelican.
He's got the wing.
He got the wingspan.
He's got the wingspan.
The brow, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta love our Chicago natives.
Pelicans. Anthony Davis, easily one of the best players in the NBA. If he could put it all, he did.
He's got it.
Talked about yesterday. He put it all together, but then again, it's like that's it.
I feel like he should be better,
but he's still putting up good point. Like he's still putting up good stats. But it's just
he's a top player in the league, but he's not great. Not great yet.
Like he's not. He's like I feel like we're giving he kind of got away from that treatment that we're giving him, and now Cat's getting that treatment where it's like this guy's gonna be the next great thing, but he's not bad.
No,
I feel like people are still treating him like he's I don't know. Anyways, I'm kind of getting off track here. But what I'm trying to say and trying to spit out here is that I think that the Pelicans, it's just they're not surrounding him with enough. You got Buddy Hield
with the right pieces.
You got Buddy Hield.
They've got 5 point guards. It feels like, and they've got no center.
Yeah, and Drew Holiday might not be playing to start right away.
He won't be
because of his
came
wife.
Out and said it. Yeah,
his wife, unfortunately. And you can't blame him for that. But anyways, but with that, it's like you got Tyreek Evans, and he won Rookie of the Year a long time ago, and that's way in the past there. But Tyreek Evans is more of a he would be better off being the
he's a tweener guard.
Yeah, but
which is good because look, for an offense that is not going to be super selfish, like Tyreek Evans averaged 7 assists a game. That's fantastic for coming out of a shooting guard. Although is it what you really want coming out of a shooting guard? I don't know. It feels like he was sort of a stat line stuffer, part-time.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like he should be a number 1, but he's not good enough to be a number 1. Like a number 1 option.
Oh, okay.
Because we saw him kind of do that in Sacramento, but he never showed that he could be a number 1.
Like he didn't take the team anywhere.
Yeah, because he was always high, but it's like, all right, Tyreek Evans, is he a guy who's going to drive the basket, or is he a guy who's going to shoot? Is he a guy who plays defense? Is he a guy who can do everything? Like he just never showed that he can do everything or anything, really. Like I feel like Tyreek Evans has always been that guy who is like, yeah, he's there. He's a good player, but doesn't do anything
Didn't quite live up to
specifically
potential
well.
that we expected, maybe.
Yeah, and now he's kind of developing a shot, and maybe he's kind of finding, but he really never found what kind of player he was. So they don't have enough around AD, because you got Drew Holiday, but he won't be there to start off the year, and we don't know when he's going to return or if he will return this year. Hopefully he does, and hopefully his wife gets better. But with Buddy Hield, we don't know what to expect from Buddy, because
we know we expect a hell of a lot of 3-point shooting.
Can he hit
Outside
him?
of that, outside of that, I don't know what else Buddy Hield will bring to this team.
We saw him be a ball handler. Can he do that in the NBA, though?
I feel like he's easy pickings for most defensive guards in this league.
To me, I'm looking at a total different rookie on this team. I'm looking at when's the part in the season where the Pelicans go, okay, kid, you're ready, and either put him at the center above Ashik and play him at the 5, Davis at the 4, or the other way around, Davis at the 5, Diallo at the 4. When do they do that and make Davis and Diallo the backfield?
What if
and
we
double D it?
What if we finally see the emergence of Amir Ashik? If we kind of see him come up,
that
come back
poison pill contract, motherfucker.
We'll see if he come back.
He
up again.
hasn't been good, ever. But
arguably he earned
was
that
good in
contract.
Houston. Yeah, he was decent. in
he
Houston.
died to me once the 76ers beat us. We could have still beat him without Derrick Rose, but
Oh my
he's
God.
dead to me. Yeah,
I try
I'll
to
never
move
let
on.
that down.
I try to move on from that.
I hold grudges, Dave. You know this.
Free throw, man.
You
gotta make the free throws.
I digress.
We'll talk about it later.
But yeah, I look at Check Diallo. When are they going to make that move? Because I think they're going to be at the bottom of the division and bottom of the Western Conference. Not the very bottom.
No, but no. I'm saying, like, I don't know if he's going to fit in. I think it'd be very late in the season before we saw him up in that starting lineup.
I just think eventually it's going to be screw it. Like, we need something.
Terrence
other than
Jones
Sheik.
is a quality backup, and I think he's fine. My concern is the lack of any small forward on that team who I would trust. Like, as far as just deficiencies, like, they've got a shit center, like, and tired. Like, Omer, Alexis, and Sacre, not one of them is a starting center in the NBA, or should be. And then small forward, Cunningham and Alonzo Gee.
Well,
really?
Evans came in as a small forward, so maybe they slide him over, put Buddy as a shooting guard, and then move someone up to the point guard while Holiday's out. So I mean, maybe that's what they do, but I don't know. AD doesn't have enough around.
I feel like
him. Let's just be frank.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough around him.
And another guy I'm looking at, and this is going to be interesting. I know we mentioned with Holiday how he's not going to be playing to start the season. I look at Tim Frazier, who's a guy that really. He's been bounced around Portland, Philly, D-League. Then last year with the Pels in 16, I know it was only 16 games, kind of hit a rhythm, about just under 30 minutes a game, got 13 points a game, 7.5 assists per game. If he can come in and...
Good stretch.
Well, it's one of those things where that's why last year I was thinking before the trade deadline, hey, you know what? Maybe they could make Drew Holiday expendable or one of these point guards expendable because they got a young guy. I mean, this will be a third year in the league.
Yeah, I mean, it helps having Anthony Davis around. Let's be
I don't know,
honest.
Pelicans fans, tell us what you want your starting line to be, because honestly,
And I know you guys
your depth
are
chart's
there.
kind of crazy.
I know you guys are there because you're always in the comment section.
What I want you to tell me is you two is who are your playoff teams from the Southwest Division before we get into the centers.
Spurs and Grizzlies for sure.
Okay. And
Ricky, we're all waiting we're holding our breath over here.
we agree. Spurs and Grizzlies.
It's one of those things where the teeter-totter team and the Mavericks
Nope.
and the Rockets. Which one of those teams? I think it's going to be 3. I don't
Nut
think
up
it's
and
going to
shut
be
up.
4. Right now, I'd pick the Rockets.
Okay, so yours is Rockets, Spurs, and Grizzlies.
Spurs, Grizzlies, Rockets. Let's say it that way.
Okay, well, whatever teams. Dave?
Rockets, Spurs. I don't want to say the Grizzlies. Fuck you, Grizzlies. You're out.
So only
fuck you, Grizzlies.
two teams from that division.
It's hard because look at the other divisions. I just don't see it. No, Grizzlies are going to get in. They're just so veteran savvy, and they're still on a completely stacked team
Because I'm
compared to
looking
the
and I'm going, okay. the
other options out there. I'm like, yeah.
The Pacific ain't going to have more than the 2, but you could look at the Northwest. Maybe the Jazz and the Nuggets get in, and they're the 4 team.
They're going to have a
Or
4.
Timberwolves. Maybe they go all 5.
They go 5.
They go
Southwest
5.
gets... Or Northwest, I'm sorry. Northwest gets 5.
I still love
King of the North.
Real quick.
King of the
I still love how in the Northwest you have Oklahoma City.
It adds up.
That's
I
just a
love it.
fuck you to Seattle.
It really is.
That's a fuck you to Seattle. Anyways, my teams are going to be the Spurs and the Grizzlies. I think the Rockets won't be able to put it together. I think the Mavericks will fall off a cliff. I'll take the Jazz in the playoffs, and I'll take the Phoenix Suns.
Sean, it's unfortunate that you're incorrect on that, but we respect your opinion here.
These aren't the hold me to them.
Like I said, ask me in a month.
Yeah,
ask me in a month when I'm actually holding me to them.
This is us bullshitting right now.
And then somebody will get injured, and we'll make amendments to our predictions.
Teddy Bridgewater thing, pretty much.